Here's up YouTube. I was wanting to make a video, a follow-up on the TotallyWicked Tornado T. I've been using this thing since it came out, and I'm very impressed with it. I like it. It's a flawless device. I got it on the TotallyWicked USB pass-through because I like pass-throughs. And this thing works pretty good. Good vapor production. Pretty good flavor. Not as much flavor as if you was to use like a regular 510 atomizer or like a 306 or a low resistance 306. But the flavor is still there. This juice I'm using now, so you can see it's pretty full. It's the vanillas from Digital Cigs. It's a 50-50, 50 PG, 50 VG. And it works great on the tank. Has the right consistency. Pop it on. And this one, I got a little bit of sweet tart. It's 10% PG. Works pretty damn good. Good flavor. And this one is my Bubbles Bounty, as you can see. It's the way the bubble travels. It's like thick. And I diluted it with distilled water and VG to make it thinner. The flavor's still there, but it's still kind of thick juice. And if you look at the cartridges that you can buy, I don't know if you can see, but look at the bubble on that. That bubble in there be booking. I don't know if you can see that, but this juice is real thin, so I'm thinking this is a pure PG juice. Yeah, but I'm liking this. All it is just a cone-shaped atomizer with a little needle in there. You got your juice in your little tank with the hole in there, and when you stick this on, the needle goes into the tank and drips down onto the atomizer. There's no wicking, there's no cotton or anything in there. There's, I think, some metal fibers, but all those do is just direct the flow from the tank down the needle directly onto the heating coil. So you don't have to worry about getting a burnt taste or no wicking taste. I think there might be a reservoir in there, because if you take this off and blow it out, a lot of juice builds up, and it don't really come shooting out. It kind of like builds up in there. You just take a rag and clean it out. But yeah, it holds the juice. It don't really drip. If you take the 510 connector and screw it on your battery, that little brass piece in there, as long as you screw it on and make sure it's on all the way, it will not leak. There's little cuts in the bottom of the cone for airflow, so you get good airflow. It don't leak. When these first came out, people were buying these and saying, "Oh, what the hell?" I was like, "Mine's leaking all over the place." Well, that's because they just bought the cone, and the blank the blank cartridge that comes on the atomizer is solid black, and it's missing this little cap. What they were doing was just dripping directly in here with 1.2 milliliters of juice and pouring it into their atomizer. So yeah, it leaks. It says on the website you have to buy the cartridge with the caps on it. As long as you have that, it don't leak. Like I said, this sweet tart juice, 10% PG, works really good. Bubbles Bounty is like a really thick juice. I tried to dilute it with menthol. I tried diluting it with distilled water and vegetable glycerin, which I know vegetable glycerin is thick, but that's all I had. And it works all right. And it's just a really good, well-built device. I bought my brother one, and he took his to work, and he went to stick it in his pocket, and he was like, oops, and he dropped it and didn't know it. And he was walking back to his truck, and he seen something black laying in the street. He's like, that kind of looks like an e-cig. And he picked it up. He's like, oh shit, that's my e-cig. I guess the work truck ran it over. It put big dents in his cone, big dents in the battery, squished the bottom of it. The battery kind of came out of it, and the metal cap came off. So I guess he picked it up, stuffed the battery back in, popped that little metal cap back on. And it still worked. Bottom of it is like oval instead of round. It's oval, and you can tell it's been ran over. You look at it on one side, it looks brand new. You look at it on the other side, dents and scratches and stuff in it. But it still works. It's a very good, well-built device. Doesn't leak. You got about wicking. You don't have to worry about burnt taste like you get from cartomizers. One full cartridge of juice will last you a couple hours. Depends on how much you vape. The only thing that I noticed is you don't really get as much flavor and as much vapor and as much throat hit. But I think it all depends on like what juices you use. Like I said with this, the vanillas, can't complain with that. Throat hit, flavor, vapor. What more do you want? If you want more, get a 6-volt or 5-volt device. If you want to change flavor, just pop your cap off. Take another one. Pop it on. Instantly, flavor change. I'm tasting sweet tart. No vanilla whatsoever, just 100% sweet tart. You can even vape it upside down if you want. If you're laying down, you just got to make sure you turn it right side up so the juice can do what it does. It works good. It's flawless. You can like set it down, come back, the next day or after you wake up, pick it up. It works. You can hotbox it. No burnt flavor. Take it off. Put the vanillas back on it. I'm still tasting a little sweet tarts, a little bit of vanilla. But the sweet tarts, this juice works really good in the tank system. You get the full flavor and throat hit and vapor as you would on a 510 or a 306, whatever. So, sweet tart works flawless in it. Tasting the vanillas, still a little sweet tart. More vanillas, barely any sweet tart left. So, the flavor change is almost instantly. To clean it, you just pop this off. You can take a rolled up paper towel, stick it in there, to get the condensation and whatever little bit of juice might have got in there. If you want to blow it out, you just see there's a lot of juice comes out of it. So look at that, there's a lot of juice, and a lot of juice still stuck up in there. But you just take a thing, roll it up, stick it up in there. Cool. It's clean. Screw it back on. Make sure to screw it on all the way. Don't halfway screw it on, because it will leak. Just make sure to screw it on all the way. Pop your thing on. And as you've seen, I just blew it out. Tasting vanilla. Flawless. My brother loves it. He can, fill it up like at 3:30 in the morning. He can drive to work around like 9 o'clock in the morning. From vaping, the whole way on to work. Vaping while he's at work, waiting, to start his job and stuff. He'll still have like basically almost a whole tank. He'll do his job, come home like at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and still have juice in his tank. That's pretty good. No dripping at all. The whole day he wakes up in the morning, he fills it up, goes to work, busts his ass, come home, still juice in the tank. That's pretty fucking amazing. And just in the small little ego, you can't beat it. So I recommend go getting the tornado tea or the eagle tea or whatever tea you want. I suggest this. The only thing you might lose on it is this little mouthpiece. If you bite it, this little piece pops out. But all it is just like a little, there's like a little hole there, and all this does is just cover it. You don't get juice in your mouth because the airflow is in these little side pieces. So the air gets sucked up in there. So if you're vaping upside down, you don't get no juice in your mouth. It don't drip. It don't leak. It don't over drip. If you're using thick juice, it might not drip as properly like it should. But as long as it's like a 10 or 20% PG mix, it should work good. And that's my follow-up review of the tornado tea. I've been using it ever since it came out. I'm loving it. Well, keep vaping and give it to. Don't pollute.